everyone, today I'll be reviewing new horror movie on Netflix, His House, and this movie is, if you guessed it right, this movie is a haunted house type movie, horror movie. Is about these two couple. They moved from Sudan as a refugee to UK, and when they arrive there and they get to live in this house, and this house is haunted, which is, from the trailer, is not a spoiler, and this house is haunted by ghosts, but they do have to live there. They don't have any other choice. Either live there or go back where you came from. So I found this movie to be quite interesting. I really enjoyed this movie, but sometimes it's not for everyone. I understand that, because this movie deals with being a refugee, leaving all your life behind, how you're trying to adjust into your new life, which is hard. It can be hard for anybody, not just for people who is immigrant. Getting acceptance from people is hard. It can be hard at work, hard on YouTube, in life in general, Anybody can watch it and relate, you know what I mean? But the twist in this movie, I found it like that there is a twist happen, and I found it quite interesting and like shocking same time. And the wife, both of these actors, I really like their performance in this movie. I thought they gave really good performance. Same time, directing is also good in this movie. Also, say this movie is quite slow burn, I suppose. Like it takes time to set up all this character, which is quite important when you are telling kind of a psychological thriller here with the ghost twisted. And this movie is kind of layered, it's not always what it seems. I found that part also very interesting. Overall, it is like the psychological twist, like the social commentary twist horror movie, which this kind of movie I often enjoy very much, like Jordan Peele movie Get Out, and this movie deal with the racism, which is like most Netflix movie do, I suppose. I found still this movie quite interesting, I suppose. And it's always interesting to see different characters, their story, You learn about them, like what they left behind and how they're gonna adjust here. This type of a story is always interesting, in general. But like there was a new show on Netflix, Stateless. That movie also deals with the refugee. That movie is also quite, that show is also quite interesting. If you haven't checked it out, or if you like this kind of story, you can check out that show on Netflix. You might like it. So yeah, I thought this movie is quite a well-made horror movie on Netflix. I see this movie is sitting on Rotten Tomatoes 100%. Well, I don't want to give this, I don't think this movie is that good, but still it's pretty good. Since I already have seen Stateless, so I know this kind of story Netflix has done before. I don't know if these people have seen Stateless, because this story is kind of inspired from that. Obviously Netflix, they do same story in different things, you know what I mean? Like, but still, it's quite enjoyable movie. I really enjoyed it. So the spoiler is when this guy, he like sacrificed himself, and these creepy things, girls are trying to crawl over him. Oh, that thing was so creepy, and I was like, I don't know if I liked that scene because I don't watch that much horror movie. It's kind of creeped me out. And this wife, finally, she come to her senses. Like she still loves her husband, and like she kind of saves him. I really liked it. And and the end of this movie, how they accept this life here, I also liked that, the way it ended. Like, because all these ghosts are living in that home and what they represent. And overall, yeah, that story is interesting. I liked it. But I have seen this kind of story in Netflix, as I said, Stateless, so it's nothing new for me, but a lot of people might like it or not. I don't know. I enjoyed it. That was my thought on this movie. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed my review, don't forget to subscribe and take care.